We are officially in last minute leak and rumor season with the Galaxy S26 series because it is right around the corner. What is going on, everybody? Welcome back. MTG Deep Dive here. And today I want to talk about the Galaxy S26 series because Galaxy Unpacked is happening February 25th. It's right around the corner. I want to go over the last minute rumors and leaks of these devices. And I'm going to be breaking down everything that we know about S26, S26 Plus, and S26 Ultra. Now, here's the exciting thing. Actually, I'm going to leave the exciting thing for the very end of the video. But everything that I'm going to be talking about throughout this video, whether you're watching or you tune in, they're just rumors and leaks. So things like design, performance, cameras, battery, charging, magnets, like cheat tube charging, and all that stuff. We're going to be talking about all of it. And I'll tell you what sounds realistic and what kind of sounds like marketing with the rumors and leaks. But let's start things off with design. So there's going to be refinement across the entire lineup. Now, again, the rumors and leaks and renders are indicating that we're getting very similar refinements or design-wise with all three of the devices. It's not going to be a full redesign. The S26 Ultra is expected to stick with the 6.9-inch display size, and leaks do suggest slimmer bezels and slightly more rounded corners. I think each year with the S Ultra, we've gotten rounder and rounder corners. Now there's talk of a cleaner camera layout, potentially something like the Z Fold 7, moving away from these fully separate rings toward a more unified camera island. But overall, it's going to still feel and give that Ultra identity just a little bit more polished. Although I really like the Galaxy S25 Ultra so much that I think this is going to be the first Ultra that I'm probably not going to trade in. Probably going to hold on to because I just really like this device. Now with the Galaxy S26, right here I have the S25, it's expected to stay around 6.2 inches, and then the S26 Plus around like 6.7. And reports do suggest that Samsung may also thin them out just very slightly, but again, they're going to look very similar to the S25. So visually small evolution, but the real story with these devices is what's inside. So the performance is where Samsung always kind of creates kind of some drama or kind of creates talk. And with the Ultra, the most consistent leak is that it's going to be getting the Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5. That would mean improved efficiency and AI performance is going to be great. And obviously raw speed is also going to be great. We've also gotten rumors that we're going to get like a 16 gig of RAM model. We'll see. I don't know if it's going to happen here in the US, but that would be great. With the Galaxy S26 and S26 Plus, we've seen a mixture of first, Samsung is pushing towards Exynos for the S26 and 26 Plus entirely. Now it looks like here in the US or North America, we're going to be getting the Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5 with the 26 and 26 Plus. And then other regions are going to be exclusive for the Exynos chipset. So we're going to have to wait and see exactly what happens. But for the most part, I think here in the US, we'll get Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5 with the Galaxy S26 and 26 Plus. And RAM, 12 gigs for the S26 and 26 Plus. And then starting with the Ultra, 12 gigs. But like I said, we may get a model with 16 gigs. That may be with the 1 terabyte of storage model, but hopefully we do get that here in the US. I would love to see more RAM in the Ultra. I mean, 12 gigs is plenty of RAM, but when we have devices that have 16, 24 gigs of RAM, I would like to see that. Then again, there's also I can't even speak, there's also the talk of, well, RAM prices are also going up. So we're gonna have to wait and see exactly what happens. But now let's talk about the software, because this is where Samsung has been going all in for the past couple years. The entire S26 lineup is widely rumored to launch with One UI 8.5 on Android 16, which in fact I actually have the beta. Of course, what I'm expecting is with One UI 8.5 on the S26 series. I feel like we're going to be getting some new exclusive features, specifically like AI features that's going to be introduced with the S26 lineup. So we'll have to see. But I think we can kind of anticipate that Samsung's pitch is going to be very clear, just Galaxy AI everywhere. Expect like deeper on-device AI, smarter photo editing, real-time summarization, system-level automation. I think Samsung is moving towards making AI less of a feature and more of a background assistant. So the question isn't whether AI will be there. The question is going to be whether it'll actually be useful. And I'm all for it. I really would prefer AI to just be there in the background, so when you do need it, you know it's there, rather than here's this, here's this, here's that, like throwing all the features right in front of you. So far though, I'm pretty happy with Galaxy AI. I think it's actually done a pretty decent job. I also do have Google Gemini enabled on my Galaxy S25 Ultra, and it's great for just kind of talking back and forth and asking quick questions rather than going into like the ChatGPT app, which I also do have, and because I do have X Premium, I have Grok as well. So I get to kind of try out all of these AI tools and see which one kind of works out in my favor. But like on day-to-day use, I tend to use Google Gemini. And then like if I'm focused on work-related tasks, then I'll shift between ChatGPT and Grok just to get an understanding of both, you know, a perspective from each AI tool. The cameras. This is the section that people usually care about. But the thing is, like what I've noticed is when it comes to the cameras, a lot of people like to hear more megapixels and like to say, oh, the quality is great, but then they're the same people who don't really take pictures or, you know, take videos. So it is a part of the phone that a lot of people care about. But then there's a specific group of people that just talk about, oh, I like the camera, it's great, but they don't end up using it. Anyway, with the cameras, there's going to be some tuning going on. So the Ultra is still going to get that 200 megapixel main sensor, but improvements are rumored to come from the lens changes and the processing. Not really a brand new sensor. There's noise about a wider aperture. I think it's like rumored to be like f1.4 for better low light. So I'm kind of excited to see that. And with the Ultra, I think zoom is kind of what remains a part of the identity here, because we get that 100x zoom. And if you've used the S25 Ultra, the results are actually really good. And then leaks also consistently mention a 50 megapixel 5x periscope continuing. The second telephoto is where things are kind of less clear. Some reports suggest changes that might be considered a side grade. We don't know for sure. We do have just a tad bit left until Galaxy Unpacked, so we'll see. And I'm sure that right before Galaxy Unpacked, like there's going to be even more rumors and leaks, but this is everything that I've come to like see and gather and share with you guys. But overall, I'm excited to see what we get with the cameras here on the S26 Ultra. With the S26 and the 26 Plus, the base is going to stay a 50 megapixel main sensor. The ultra-wide improvements may be possible, we don't know. And the telephoto on the base remains limited or absent, depending, not really absent, but like limited in quality when compared to the Ultra. But all in all, like with the S26 and 26 Plus, they're not meant to compete with the Ultra. If you want the best of the best flagship camera experience, you want to go with the Ultra. They're going to be reliable, and that's what they're meant to be. They're meant to be reliable, but they're not meant to be the absolute best. Now let's talk about the battery, because the rumors are letting me down. They're really upsetting me. And Samsung, please, 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 if these rumors come into fruition, obviously I have to try out the phones when they do come out. But you know what? Let's just get right into it. The biggest conflict with these leaks is the battery for me. Some reports suggest, or actually have suggested, that the Ultra would bump up to 5,500 milliamp hours. Other leaks, and now more leaks that are coming out, are saying, oh, it's going to be stuck at 5,000 again. So if Samsung does keep it at 5,000, they're going to have to heavily lean on the efficiency gains, and also, like, you know, having the One UI 8.5 with Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5 having a newer chipset that's more optimized for battery and performance, then they're going to have to rely more on that, which is kind of a bummer because we've had a 5,000 milliamp hour battery in the Ultra since the Galaxy S20 Ultra. So this is like the 7th year with the same battery size. Granted, I mean, the battery life has also been great. I mean, the S25 Ultra was great. Previous 24 and the 23, 22 was also great. But, you know, we got competitors using 6,000, 7,000, 8,000 milliamp hour batteries. I wish we could have gotten something better, but we'll have to wait and see. Again, I have to test the phones to see how well the battery life will actually be. The S26 Plus is rumored to be around the same, like 4,900, and the S26 around 4,300. So a slight battery boost is what I am hearing. But across the board, Samsung will claim that there's going to be better endurance from the efficiency. We're going to have to wait and see. Charging is also a bit of a letdown in some parts. So with the S25 Ultra, 60 watts of wire charging. Sweet. Some earlier rumors suggested 65, but 60, I'll take it. It's not the fastest on the market, but it is super fast. Much better than 45 and better than Apple and Google Pixels. But when you've used like OnePlus devices like myself, then you're kind of spoiled, I guess, in a way. I mean, I talk about the latest tech and I review them, so yeah, it only makes sense for me, but 60 watts is a welcome upgrade, so I'm excited for that. I'm excited to try it out. And if this does land, that's a pretty good jump for Samsung. For the 26 and 26 Plus, 26 Plus is still rumored to stick around 45 watts, and then 26 at 25. That's a letdown. Just pointing it out there. And then there's wireless charging. So wireless charging is rumored to increase from 20 to 25 here on the Ultra. But the thing is the Qi 2 magnets. We're not getting the Qi 2 magnets. Specifically, the magnets. It looks like we're getting the new Qi 2 charging standard, but not the magnet part of it. So it's not going to have built-in magnets. That means you're going to need a MagSafe case for proper alignment, especially if you have a bunch of MagSafe chargers, which I do everywhere. Like I have 1, 2, 3, like my room is just, there's so much stuff all around right now. So it's not the most organized as, you know, what I would like it to be, but I have just 3 wireless chargers set up in my room right now, with more that I could potentially set up. I have 4 or 5 more in the house. We've got a bunch of MagSafe chargers going around in the house, so it does say a lot. And if I want to charge this, I have to use a MagSafe case, which I do, but I would have liked to have seen built-in magnets with the S26 Ultra. Because the Google Pixel has built-in magnets, I can charge that with my MagSafe charger without needing a case. Even though I still use one just for protection, I wouldn't need one. But it's unfortunate that we're not getting it here with any of the Samsung S26 devices. Again, there's some like, okay, well, the S Pen may get in the way, and Samsung could have done some engineering to further, you know, to prevent that, but I don't know what the exact reasons for them to not put in magnets. Again, we'll have to wait and see. These are just rumors and leaks. As of right now, we'll have to wait until they're officially unveiled. With the price, it looks like Samsung is going to keep the prices the same. So S26, $799, S26 Plus, $999, and S26 Ultra, $1299 starting. So that's a plus, that Samsung is still keeping the same prices here with the Galaxy S26 series. But here's the thing. Should you wait? Because we're right around the corner. Again, February 25th is Galaxy Unpacked. If you ask me, if you're on a Galaxy S24 or older, this may be a pretty good upgrade. But again, if you're on the S25 series, it's going to be incremental. But I think there's 3 things that I would kind of look out to watch before launch. The battery confirmation or the battery capacity, and then like Snapdragon, and make sure you like know that if you want an Exynos chipset and you live in that market and you're fine with it, okay, sweet. If you live here in the US, then you'll probably get the Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5. And then the charging speeds is something I would look out for. And also look out to see if the magnets do make it in the S26. If not, then it's going to be a pretty big bummer for me. But that's kind of all I have for the S26 series. I'm excited to try out the devices. What I have planned right now, at least for me, is I'm going to keep the Galaxy S25 Ultra and then trade in the S25 for the S26, and then separately just pick up the Galaxy S26 Ultra. Now, the thing that I wanted to share with you guys at the beginning of the video is Galaxy Unpacked. It's happening February 25th, and I will be there. I will be there, and hopefully once, I'm able to, I'll put out a video here on the channel so you guys can kind of tune in afterwards, but I'll share with you guys my thoughts, kind of like my first deep dive impressions of the devices and what we're going to see with these devices when they do get released. So I am excited to try them out whenever they do get released, and stay tuned, because that week, I will be in San Francisco checking out whatever products Samsung does release and sharing them here with you guys. So definitely stay tuned, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. My goal here is to first reach 1,000 subscribers, but also just talk more about tech and go a little bit more in depth without, again, trying to put in too much edits into these types of videos, just more of me talking. And in essence, these videos don't necessarily require you to sit down and watch. Again, you can open this up when you're going to work, on your work commute, to and from work, whatever it is, or if you're like working on a side project and you have your headphones on, or if you go out on a walk and you just want to listen to something, maybe these videos, maybe this channel might be a choice. I hope so. But again, I hope you guys did enjoy. Stay tuned, subscribe. We're getting closer to our goal of 1,000 subscribers each and every day. At the time of this recording, I believe we're at 220 subscribers. So thank you all, each and every one of you, for subscribing and supporting the channel. And also, before I end it, kind of clear things up, how are you going to Galaxy Unpacked? Or how am I, at least? Because you only have 220 subscribers. Well, if you guys obviously know, and I've probably said it in past videos, my main channel, MTG Productions, is kind of where I focus most about, like, my reviews and my experience and opinions and stuff about tech, and I don't really go off script with these types of videos where I just kind of talk, whereas those videos, they're a little bit more polished. My channel there has about 55,600, somewhere around there, subscribers. So that is the channel I'm kind of affiliated with. That's kind of, giving me the opportunity to work with Samsung to fly out to their events. I've also mentioned last year, I had the great opportunity to fly out to New York last summer to check out the Galaxy Z Fold 7, Z Flip 7 at the Summer Galaxy Unpacked. And it was a great event, number one. But number two, it's like the fact that I've been using Samsung devices for years. My first smartphone was the Galaxy S Blaze T-Mobile edition. I used to watch Galaxy Unpacked in high school, in the school library, and dreaming one day that I would be able to attend those events. And it's finally happened. 12, 13 years later, it's finally happened. So thank you all for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next one.